next guest.
Oh, right, I'm introducing him. OK, we're now joined by a fine young thespian. He's the actor everyone's talking about, especially for his jaw-dropping performances in War and Peace, I was in that as well, Grantchester and Happy Valley. Now he's treading the boards in the black comedy Bug. Here to tell us more, it's James Norton!
Good morning, James Norton!
Good morning, Chris and Rebecca. You made that up, Rebecca. That was amazing.
Yeah, just off the top of my head.
Good,
incredible.
She's very good. Now, James, before we go any further, and we will, I promise, why have the bookies stopped taking bets on you becoming the next James Bond? Let's get out of the way, come on.
Wait, what do you mean they've stopped?
They've stopped. They won't take any more bets on you because... And bookies tend to know these things. Why have they stopped taking the bets? Come on, Sonny.
Hey, I haven't had any news from any bookie, and I would keep your money in your phone.
Really? Okay, that's that then. Okay, so you know nothing more about that. Now, not only have you just finished War and Peace, not only are you currently straddling Britain's two main channels, BBC One and ITV, in Happy Valley and Grantchester, but now you're theatring as well. How on earth do you fit it all in, young man?
Well, it feels like I've been much busier than I have, because those 3 jobs were filmed throughout a year, but they just happened to come out all at the same time. So it does look like I've somehow managed to negotiate 3 jobs at once. But it's quite a relief to be doing a play.
Is it really?
Yeah, it's lovely. Lovely.
Tell us why it's so lovely.
I think Rebecca will know what I mean. You don't get much routine as an actor. You always kind of, you're at this country this weekend, then you're back and you have 2 days here and 4 days there. And to have a bit of a structure, I get on my bike in the morning and I cycle into rehearsals. And it's the closest you get to a sort of 9 to 5 weekday. It's lovely. So
when did you decide to do this play? How far in advance do you have to make decisions like this?
Well, we were lucky with this one because it's it's a very exciting and a new space. Found 111, the theatre, has been set up relatively recently, so it was free. And the guys, the brilliant entrepreneurial Emily Dobbs and Simon Evans, who are sort of pioneering the space, they will. It's there to be grabbed at. So people just say, yeah, let's put the show on. So we only decided about 6 weeks ago.
What, really? So a couple of months ago, you wouldn't have had any idea about this. We wouldn't have had this interview. You wouldn't know what you're doing.
No. I mean, we were finishing. I went to South Africa to do some filming, and then it was all decided when I was out there. That's quite rare, though. I mean, usually theatre does take a lot of planning, and
Because when you're hot, and you are very hot, and Rebecca's hot generally, and has been hot for the last decade or so, a couple of decades. It's interesting.
Let's stick with decades. Let's not build on it.
Whether you turn left or right, and how long you wait at the traffic lights for the roundabout. Because Rebecca, you're saying now you've done your comedy, you've done your War and Peacing, and you're busy with this drama on ITV, Dr. Thorne. But you've got this. She's been offered this job, James.
Right. We're not going to talk about that.
No. Let's talk about it.
But she's been offered a job, right? A job. Let's just leave it as a job, okay? That she really wants to do, but she's not quite sure it's the right thing to do. Now that's a bit of a dilemma, isn't it?
I think that's what happens. You either get offered nothing at all, which all actors have a lot of the time, or you get offered maybe a couple of things, and you have to sort of think, well, which is the best route forward? And because it's all a negotiation, and you're trying to sort of plot marketing something, and that something is you. Yeah. And it's really hard to do that because actually your heart is in one place. And anyway, I don't know, it's complicated.
And it's real crystal ball stuff for actors and actresses, isn't it? Because we're on the radio, it's now. You've got to make it, and it doesn't come out for a while. So
that's right.
There's this big lag, isn't there?
Yeah, you have to, and also you have to somehow guess whether the job's going to be a success, what it will do to you as you, in this horrible word, sort of the brand of each actor. You have to kind of be consciously aware of that. I always think of it, you have 3 boxes. You've got the kind of artistic credibility of a show or a job. You've got the sort of profile, how much it kind of boosts you in that respect, and then of course you've got it as it's a job, so you have to earn a living. And those 3 boxes, if you tick 2 of them, but then if you've done the sort of a living job, then you might want to do something a bit like now. It's lovely for me to go and do a bit of theatre, which I haven't done before, but I wouldn't be able to do that had I not done a couple of times.
I know. And are you really as hot, excuse me, as people are saying? Do you feel like...
He really is, can I just say?
No. Well, we know that in that sense.
Oh, sorry.
But is your phone ringing off the hook? Is it? Not that phones do that nowadays, but you know what I mean. Is it ridiculous?
No, I mean, it's... not really. I mean,
it sounds like it might be. You're being very modest about it. What do you think, Rebecca?
I think it is.
No. I mean, what's lovely is that once there's a little bit of momentum, you're in a very, very lucky place to have a bit more choice and a bit more freedom to kind of, as we were talking about, navigating that weird route and having a bit of choice as an actor is an incredible luxury. So I'm very lucky, and I'm also very aware of how short-lived that could be, because it's incredibly transient and fickle.
Feet on the ground. Feet on the ground. Nice guy, talented, educated, polite.
He's lovely.
Well brung up.
Sweetheart.
He's got it all going on.
I told you.
Seriously, he's amazing. Okay, now James is about to star on stage in Bug, which starts on Thursday, the 24th of March. Okay, what's it about? Come on, tell us.
Bug is the weirdest love story you'll ever see. It's about this lady who in Oklahoma, just in the outskirts. I'm trying to do an accent from the Panhandle. I'm listening to you guys and realising how far I am from the Panhandle. We'll have a little chat outside. You can record all my lines for me. It's set in the outskirts of Oklahoma City, and there's a woman, a very sad lost soul, who is holed up in a motel room. She's a drug addict, and it's sort of mid-90s, just about 5 years, and after the Gulf War, and this ex-soldier comes into her life, and they fall in love amidst an infestation of bugs.
All right, so you're
weird.
Very weird.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, it's a dark comedy.
It's kind of dark and twisted and really, really funny, and ultimately incredibly heartwarming. Amidst this infestation of bugs is this humanity, this love story. It's great.
So you're a Gulf vet in that.
Yes.
And you've shacked up with a female druggie.
Yes.
Yeah. In Happy Valley, you are a drugster yourself.
A drug dealer. Yeah, ex-drug dealer. Yeah.
Okay, and then not Greystoke, what's it called?
Grantchester.
Grantchester. You play a vicar.
He was also a big boozer, yeah. There's a theme here.
An amateur sleuth.
Yeah.
So, out of all those three characters, which do you connect with most?
What's my tipple?
No, because you studied theology at university.
Yeah, well, it would have to be the vicar. Well, not because of the vicar. He's the guy. He's my age. He's the most sane of them all, and he's taken the least intoxicants. I think also he's the kind of guy who I think we can all identify with. He's sort of bumbling through life, and he's ultimately trying to do the right thing and live the right life and try to be as happy and not hurt as many people as he can, but gets stuff wrong all the time.
Now, even though you studied theology, you're not religious, is that right?
I'd studied it from the sort of point of view of interest rather than belief. But half the people on the course were studying it from the point of view of belief. So we'd have these incredible sort of passionate debates.
Powwows.
Yeah, it was great.
Okay, yeah. Rebecca, out of all the characters you played, who do you identify with most and how?
Nicola Murray from The Thick of It, I think, because I had to put a lot of myself into that character, including the claustrophobia and the not using lifts, which James, in fact, knows about from first hand, because one of the things I've had to do myself to get used to using lifts again, because I'm claustrophobic, was to get in a lift with someone and not say, OK, can I just tell you that I'm claustrophobic and I'm really scared about this? And James was that man. I just didn't tell him. We got in the lift.
Thank you very much.
You didn't know anything about it, did you?
It was a tough gig, but it was amazing. I have to say, I didn't know if I was allowed to mention this on air, but yeah, we were in this huge hotel, probably 15 stories in the Angleterre in St. Petersburg, and Rebecca just sort of wandered in after breakfast, sauntered into the lift,
had a little chat,
talked about the weather, casual as anything, and then suddenly at the top of the thing, she said, "Do you realise that's the first time I've been in a lift for about 3 years?"
I was really pleased with myself.
I felt incredibly honoured, but also really impressive that you did.
Well, I'd been using lifts a little bit, but sort of on my own, so that then if I had a panic attack, nobody would see me. So.
Norton is with us, and James is going on stage in Bug, which starts on Thursday, the 24th of March, and runs until the 7th of May. Now, that means you've not had your opening night yet. Do you get a sense, James, of if it's going to be any good or not?
Oh, that's a good question. I think the ingredients are all in place. The play is very, very strong. It's a Tracy Letts play, very, very punchy and dark and funny. And the cast, Kate Fleetwood, wonderful actress, great director Simon Evans. So yeah, it's that thing where everything's there to be a success. It's just all we have to do is, I don't know, live up to it now.
Now, because the past is the past, both Rebecca and James, have you had a sense when you've done things before that they're not going to be that good, and were you right?
I think you can tell fairly early on, but there is always the possibility that you might be wrong. But I think you do get a horrible sense when it's not going to work.
The difference in theatre is because you have that 4 or 5 week rehearsal process. There's always a moment in the rehearsal process where you go, "Oh my word, is this going to be any good?" There's always a bit of a lull midway through. I think it's the second or third week. So, and we're actually in the second week, but we're fighting on through, and it will be good, and it will be fantastic. Filming is different, I think. Is it?
Yeah, and filming, of course, so much of it is done in the edit suite as well. So with filming, you really don't get much of a sense.
You can fix it with a very good voiceover, can't you? But they say when a movie starts with a heavy voiceover, it's because the script didn't work and they're trying to fix it heavily in the edit.
Is that right?
That's apparently lots of Robert De Niro movies are like that. I don't know if this is going to happen or not, but it might, and you might want to hear it. Okay. Naomi in Northern Ireland says, "Can you get James to do his mouth trumpet live on the radio?"
Well, I'm waiting.
This is right now on air.
On air, yeah.
Who asked for that?
It's only 10 million people listening. It's fine.
Yeah. Who was it who asked for it?
Naomi in Northern Ireland.
Thanks, Naomi. Great.
There
you go.
That's just
that was good. It was a bit reluctant, right? I want you to go for it this time. I want Coronation Street or the Hovis theme. It's up to you.
Give me that. What's the Hovis theme again? It's 8 in the morning. My voice is a bit croaky.
It's 8:30.
8:30. Sorry. All right. Oh gosh, this is this is painful. I'm sorry, Naomi. I'm laying down. All right. Oh my word!
Listen, you tune up, and we'll be right back with the opening. Gwen Stefani. Our links to Gwen Stefani. Okay, go, James Norton. Your link to Gwen Stefani, please.
When I was 12, I chose. There was a miming competition at my school, and everyone chose people like Coolio, and I chose.
Why did you choose
No
Gwen
doubt,
Stefani?
because it's a great tune. Different people. I can still sing every single word to that tune, which I'm definitely not going to do. But yeah, there's a video somewhere of me about the age of 11 in a blonde wig and a little mini skirt.
Well, you promised lip syncs, you promised mouth trumpets. Will he ever deliver? That's the big question. Dave, you have a question for who, please?
She's for Dave Stewart again. I'm sorry, this could be a theme, isn't it? I'm intrigued.
Only question, not a papadom one, is it?
It's actually about food. I'm just intrigued that every seminal moment in your life, these poignant moments where you're saying that at certain points you go, oh, we made it or not. Mm-hmm. They all seem to involve clams or plums. I wondered if you had
clams or plums.
Yeah. I wondered if you had any more food-related poignant moments.
Yes, actually.
Never need to know the answer to this, but if it all went pear-shaped, which it's never going to do, what's your plan B? Vicar or drug dealer? What's it going to be? Or Gwen, Gwen impersonator.
Vicar or drug. Do you know what? One of the extras in Grantchester, I think some of them are elderly, and one of them got a little bit confused seeing me in my vicar garbs and came up to me in between takes and said, because the actual vicar was retiring, and she said, have you considered maybe applying for the job? So maybe there's an opening there, although I probably would have to find a faith. What would I do? I don't know. I think I do love selling. I had a little sideline as selling men's vintage clothing in a
I remember
You
that.
love vintage clothing, don't you?
I do, yeah. But sadly it's had to close down, so now I've got masses of stock. So if anyone needs a sort of tweed jacket, Pendleton jackets, I've got. Do you want it? I know, I've got.
Yeah, Thomas's band want to go all tweed. I'm not sure Thomas. Richard Coles is here now. Good morning, Richard.
Good morning, Chris.
Okay, so you've just offered a job to James Norton, haven't you?
I know. I was interested in his being that lady thinking he might be the new vicar. I've got a vacancy for a curate, James.
Okay, I'll have a thing. We'll have a chat after.
Okay, definitely.
Oh, stop being so enthusiastic.